And welcome to Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, the Monterey Peninsula of California. Today, coverage of the Fry's Electronics Sports Car Championships, part of the American Le Mans Series. You're on NBC Sports with Bill Adam, I'm Rick Benjamin, welcoming you to Southern California. Great to be here with you today. Let's take a look now at some of the cars and drivers who will start at the head of the grid today at Laguna Seca.
Hi, I'm Frank Bieler from Germany, and I'm in car number 1, the Infineon used Audi, and my co-driver is Marco Werner.
With the prototypes, the question coming into each race weekend is which class will be the fastest. There's an intense rivalry between the larger 900s and the smaller, more nimble 675s. James Weaver may have put it best when he said, "We have to have corners higher than 120 miles an hour to show our stuff." With the average corner here being less than 100, this weekend, advantage swings to 900s.
Hi, my name is David Bratton, and I'm from Earth, and I drive for the ProDrive Ferrari, and my co-driver is Jan Magnussen.
Hi, I'm Sascha Maassen from Germany. I'm driving the 23 Porsche with Lucas Luhr.
One team not able to take the starting green flag here today. One of the two Paynoses yesterday in final practice had problems in the corkscrew, Bill.
He did as he came down the hill, just got under power a fraction too early, an extremely hard impact to the wall. This car will be rebuilt for Miami, but certainly cannot make this race.
The Audi breaks first as they come to the green.
Boy, really a surprise there. He almost laid back deliberately to try and jump the start, and in fact, he got away with it. I'm surprised they dropped a lot of tire smoke.
Heavily on the brakes down into turn 2. Some contact in there. We've got a couple of cars around. That looks like the Banana Joe's car, the black number 30, locking him up.
I agree. I think that is the Riley Scott. It looks like they all got back underway. The leaders did get through safely, but one of the compression factors when everybody is under brake to turn 1 just caught somebody out.
Clint Field and Rick Sutherland making their first start in that black Riley and Scott car. And look at this. The two Audis are out in front. Number 1, the Bela Warner car away first.
Oh, and there you have a double yellow, so we're going to get a pace car immediately to try and clean this up.
Ah, the number 20, the Dyson car of James Weaver, rather of Andy Wallace in that car, along with Chris Dyson off in the sand. Let's take a look at turn 2. 3 wide in there.
Oh, man.
And it was their car. Looks like it locked up the brakes on the outside.
You know, and I wonder if they can get going now, because maybe there isn't too much damage.
Yeah, big question mark. They're asking Jan Magnussen, how does the 80 car feel with that damaged nose? Well, behind the safety car, he can't really tell them. So do they let him go and find as soon as we go green that it's undrivable? Do they bring him in now and take the pill in the first minutes of the race? I know what my choice would be, but maybe that's why I'm a pit reporter and not a team boss. We'll wait and see on this one. Yeah, guys, they're just saying that for what they can see on camera and what Jan's saying, the splitter is not damaged. So we've gone green now. They think the bumper will stay or fall off, but either way, it doesn't make too much difference.
Back underway, green flag back in the air. The two Audis out in front. Car number 1 with Frank Bieler starting. Marco Werner will join him in that car. The 38, Johnny Herbert, making the first into the ADT champion Audi.
We're looking a little further back here. There's the GT battle. There's 1 Ferrari, 2 Ferraris, and then that Corvette. That's the Ron Fellows, Johnny O'Connell Corvette. Wow, the lead car right off the track.
That GTS battle between Ferrari and Corvette has raged all season long. Thomas Inga in car number 88. He and Peter Cox, 2 of the Europeans. Of course, they had the victory in the 24 Hours of Le Mans in that ProDrive Ferrari earlier this summer. The Corvettes lead the American Le Mans Series Championship, but Corvette has yet to win in 4 tries here at this racetrack.
A little further back, too. Now, here is Timo Bernhard. He's leading the class, one of the Alex Joe cars. He is just ahead of actually Craig Stanton running second right now, and that's Sascha Maassen, his own teammate, back in 3rd place. So a good battle in GT already, also with these Porsches. Now, Ferrari, too, have had a pretty decent weekend, although they're not really in the hunt right now. They have been quite competitive in this track. Here's a challenge. Maassen up the inside, gets 2nd place.
Right behind Dr. Vallis, the 24 Alex Joe car has just come on the pit lane. We heard radio reports a while ago they were having an alternator warning light come on, and they will be changing the alternator. This is not going to be a short stop. This will be a long stop.
Timo Bernhard had the lead early in GT, Bill, the first couple of laps. 17 laps in, they give up the lead and probably a chance to win.
Yeah, they must be giving up their hearts right now, too, because they've run into a lot of bad luck this year. Johnny Herbert just got hit right there by the Dyson car.
James Weaver, car number 16. That's the blue and white MG Lola up in front from the Dyson stables. The Thetford Norcold car. He has gotten by to take 2nd back from Herbert.
Here is a replay. Look at the Porsche.
Craig Stanton sliding off turn 3.
And you know what? That was Craig. That I blamed Weaver. I thought it was as he was passing James. James had nothing to do with that at all. That was just an impact with the Porsche. Here is Weaver's car getting an idea of just what goes on. James goes down the inside. They're going by at 3 wide at that point. That's what it was.
Biela with a huge advantage. He's 12 seconds ahead of the runner-up, which is one of the 675 prototypes, the 16 from Bob Dyson's stable. And there is the car with James Weaver at the helm. He also leads in the 675 category. But Bill Adam, this is a team that wants overall race wins. They got one at Sears Point.
They do, and that was a perfect track for them. We have seen this car put out some really incredible speed at certain circuits, but because it's a relatively small motor, it's very tiny and has to use a big turbo to generate a lot of horsepower. It's not good with a lot of on and off the throttle, so you lose lag, you lose boost and power.
Car that's third overall, Johnny Herbert, J.J. Leto will be in this car a little later. Bill, they won at Road America, but they just haven't been on pace here today. Jan Mikas, what are you hearing downstairs?
At the moment, Rick, they're having a conference as to whether or not to bring him onto pit road. The pit window is open. They can pit after 45 minutes and only make it in a 2-stop. But obviously, they have learned their lesson at Trois Rivières. You never want to bring the car in earlier than you have to. That's why they're in a conference right now.
Bill, while we were away, the one car has had a driver change. Marco Werner's at the helm now, driving off into the sunset. Many other teams have had some drama, including the ADT champion Audi. Broke a transmission.
And this is really unthinkable. There were apparently reports of noise coming from the transmission. There's Johnny, you see, gets out of the car, a little bit of frustration. But watch this in a moment as the crew changed the entire rear end. Watch the body language of J.J. Leto. Look at this. He's saying just get in it and drive it. Now, that's maybe a different attitude. Early in the race, we saw a problem with the Ferrari getting tagged. They chose to leave it out. Champion have chosen to bring theirs in.
Leto, though, has the bit in his teeth. They came off pit road 27th. Bill Adam, they are 10th now, 5th in the 900 prototype.
He has been brilliant all year long. You can see he's using up all of the track as he comes back, but he's got a long way to go.
Now the Dyson team in the 675 category. This is Chris Dyson, the son of the team owner. Spun, headed up the hill toward turn 6. On the same lap, James Weaver, second overall, into the tires at the corkscrew.
Pushed up the road by a Porsche, mate.
Got the car restarted with a minimum of problems. So in GTS, the Pro Drive Ferraris on pit road, the 88 and the 80. The 88 car had been in the lead in GTS. They are now second. And this is the team that started on the pole, the Yost Audi. Frank Biela started the one car, has led all the way, giving the car over to Marco Werner a short time ago. Lap 71, they have led the entire, they didn't even cough up the lead on pit road. Now also in GTS, the CompuAir Corvettes, the GM cars, the 3 of Rod Fellows and Johnny O'Connell. Difficult weekend for this team. They are currently 4th in GTS. They have never won here in 5 tries. And in GT, the McKenna Alex Job mail-to-web Porsches. The 24 car with Timo Bernhard had problems early, electrical problems. Sasha Maassen and Lucas Lohr had taken the lead in the 23. They made a driver change, no drama there.
Nah, thankfully, this just keeps on going. But back here, now we're going to be rejoining. There is the Yost car. You can see he is running around the track here with a pretty strong lead over Butch Leitzinger, who now is in the Dyson car.
Well, we're finally getting towards an answer to what happened to Chris Dyson. Somewhere in this order, spin, engine blow-up, and or water loss. And they feel perhaps that there was some oil on the tyres that caused the spin, and eventually that car retired with a massive oil and water loss.
Meantime, one of the GTS Ferraris, one of the Pro Drive cars, looks like the 80 with David Brabham went off there.
See him tucking in the inside right there. Maybe even a little bit of contact with that number 4. And look, there his own teammate does go by, so that did cost Brabham the lead in GTS. Well, you know what?
Chopped down on him.
That's a case. I don't blame Kelly on that one. You see, David was not alongside the door. There is no way Kelly could have known that he was up that far.
David Salins, we have not seen much of the remaining Panos Roadster. The other car we showed you at the top of the broadcast, the number 11, Benjamin Leuenberger, Gunnar Jeanette, crashed in the corkscrew yesterday. They couldn't take the green, but Salins, who has been an F1 test driver, they've had a terrific run today in this 10 car. They are 3rd overall. This is for position for 4th overall, and the leadership of GTS, Peter Cox in the red number 80. Just a car length. He's been passed now, the 88, I should say, with Cox, right in front of David Brabham in the 80, and there's just a car length separating.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that there's no team orders going here, because a couple of times now, Brabham has come out, put the car out of line just to take a look, maybe occupy Peter's mirror. Look at David go up the inside here, doesn't want to lose touch of them. They're having a terrific battle. Plus, you know, Peter Cox and Thomas Enga, they came second at Mosport and GTS class, and Brabham and Magnuson won the last race at Road America, so it's maybe a little more incentive for Cox to try and keep David behind him.
There's a driver change taking place on the Ford Corvette, and the reason why Kelly Collins is getting out of the car, Oliver Gavin is getting in, is that the rear tires, according to Kelly Collins, are gone. They want to come in and put some new fresh Goodyears on the back. We've talked about the Corvette team has struggled here. They just cannot seem to get a hold of this racetrack. And now with the rear tires gone, they have to come in for an unscheduled stop.
Yeah, maybe Lucas Lowe was thinking about his dad in the Nürburgring 6 Hours race when he was on track today, because he's flat spotted one of the tires. So he's come in to change all 4 Michelins on this car. Now, of course, they have got a healthy lead in the class, so it should not be too much of a wrinkle in the master plan.
The Alex Joe McKenna team working on the 23. The 35, Ralph Kellner's, Anthony Lazzaro. Kellner's driving the Calpont Ferrari. Headed to the corkscrew. Second in GT. Game time for second spot. David Salins in the 10, Butch Leitzinger in the 16. There is a lap between those cars. Take a look at what happened here. Salins in the 10. Leitzinger in the 16, second overall. Butch to the inside here, trying to challenge, and the 67 car had spun. Martin Haven is in the 85th.
That's right. It might be close call when it comes to who comes out in the lead, though, whether the 88 car will come around quickly enough. Brabham gets out. He'll hand over to Jan Magnussen. And the tyre engineers have decided to try and speed the stop up. Only front tyres. The other car took on a 4-tyre change. So that may just give them enough time to get back in front. Now, the reason that Peter Cox came in earlier was because he's got a really severe head cold, and he was absolutely wasted. He had to come in 4 or 5 laps before he wanted to hand over to Thomas Enga.
But you know what? I like the gamble, because they may have had a little bit more of a front tire problem today because they lost the aerodynamic downforce that the 88 car still had. But also, Jan Magnussen's a driver who has never minded driving cars sideways, so he can handle it, even if it is pretty loose.
Slightly more tires would not necessarily be a disadvantage. Pit lane speed limit, of course, holding Magnussen back, but now he can come up to speed. Still on the entranceway, if you will, the Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca through turn 2.
Yep, there's the teammate.
Magnussen 6th, yeah. The 88 of Enga.
And now we're back on board GTS leader. This is Jan Magnussen, now driving the Ferrari 550. He is holding station just ahead of his own teammate, Thomas Enga, who actually has caught him up very quickly.
Enga just about 4 car lengths back. That is 4 position. Ron Fellows 3rd in the Corvette, car number 3. Fellows is 9th overall.
We noticed when the number 88 Ferrari stopped, there was some damage on the right front corner, and we're wondering where it came from. Well, David Brabham had the answer. You know, we said earlier there's a rule, don't touch each other. That's already been broken. They touched, there was a half spin. They both got away with it. And Brabham, well, he was a little bit surprised because he could only get the radio from the other team car, so he knew what the pit strategy was from the wrong team. Jan Beekers has more.
And in fact, the 16 car has come on to pit road, just as we suspected. Butch Leitzinger will stay in the car, but just like you said, Bill, it looks like they're going to take front tires. Actually, 1 front tire, not 2. So it is the right front tire that's giving him a problem. It should be a quick stop. 22, 23, 24 seconds.
They will keep second overall. They will keep the lead of the 675 prototypes. The right front, Bill, because most of your turns are to the left. Leading in GTS right now, one of the Pro Drive Ferraris. Not a surprise. Thomas Enga and Peter Cox, their lead a lot bigger than it was a few moments ago because of an incident involving Jan Magnussen in the team car, the 80 car. Take a look at what happened as he came to the corkscrew.
Boy, oh boy, and right on the inside of Shane Lewis and that number 63. It looks like a case of 2 cars trying to fit through only enough space for 1. Well, and turning it. You, Shane, I'm glad I wasn't talking to you at that point. Look where he is turning in, and suddenly, wham!
Stop and go penalty, we're told, upcoming for Magnussen. Is that another case, Bill, where he just didn't see Magnussen when he turned into the corner?
You know what? I think really that was Shane's corner at that point, and Jan maybe should have backed off and let him have it. He thought that Shane was possibly giving him room. Shane did not have to. He had right at the corner.
No, one of the Panos is the Panos. Yeah, the GT. No, Foster's 03 car off into the dirt.
Well, yeah. Look at it at the bottom.
Steam everywhere.
Look right there. So he's going to spin in his own water. Oh,
Lots of it. You need rain tires to get around that corner.
You
in that
do
situation.
indeed.
One car with Marco Werner heading for their 4th win of the season. They'll take it easy. Don't need to pass anybody coming to the stripe. The 3-car in GTS running 9th overall. There's Leitzinger. He'll win 675. Checkered flag is in the air. Marco Werner and Frank Vila win the Fry's Electronics Sports Car Championships. GTS. Pro Drive Ferrari, the car of Thomas Enge and Peter Cox with a comfortable lead. They are 5th overall in that car. They've got a 25-second lead over their team car, Jan Magnussen and David Brabham.
Yeah, and they are going to say finally, because after 2nd place at Mosport, after coming so close and being beaten by Johnny O'Connell in the Corvette, they get their first victory of the season as well. So excellent job by this Pro Drive Ferrari.
And heading to the checkered flag in GT, Lucas Luhr. Sasha Maassen started the 23, and it'll be another victory for the Alex Joe McKenna Porsche team.
And with some very cool and calm, collected characters here. Some days it's easy, and today it seemed like it was probably harder to keep your concentration with such a big lead, Marco.
One side was easy, the other side was difficult. We have no pressure, and then it's not a good concentration, and it's difficult. I mean, the job to Frank, he did a very, very good job in the practice. He gave us, or me, a very, very good position in the race, and okay, the other ones had a little bit mistakes, and that was a great day for us. I think that was a very, very good step for the championship.
New look to Thomas Enge in winner's circle, but Thomas, tell us about the little bad luck that you shaved off the other day.
Yeah, that's right. I had a little beer here underneath my this thing. I don't know how it goes. Actually, I took it off after the last race because the last 2 races it brought me bad luck. And actually, or brought us bad luck, and actually now the luck turned finally to our position, and we won the race. So thanks to the guys, thanks to the Michelin, great tires, and I hope we can repeat that next 2 races as well.
Lucas Luhr, your dad won in his class at the Nürburgring yesterday, and today it's your turn.
Yeah, today it's our turn. Sasha and I, we did a great race. The car was absolutely perfect. And I think we won the championship today, and that's 2 races to go and still champion, so that's pretty good.